kindly ask you to take a seat, please. We're gonna start this today with an amazing speaker. But first of all, I want to welcome you all to NFT Bucharest. Probably some of you have been downstairs for the opening ceremony. I'm not gonna do a mini ceremony here, but I hope you enjoyed that one. I want to thank you all for being here, and I also want to welcome the first speaker on the stage for today. He is, if you give me a second, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. He comes with years of experience as a programmer. He knows how to speak tech stuff and technical and non-technical way. And I would love to welcome on stage Cosmin Tronaru. Hopefully I'm not looking up your name. Let's welcome him.
I got it. Hi guys, I have 6 minutes left, so I'm joking. Can you please take a seat, everybody? I'm gonna be really fast, because we started a bit late. Before I start, I only have one requirement for you. After this speech, please go down and each and every one of you take one friend up to this stage, because we're gonna have something really interesting after this. It's hidden in here, okay? I don't wanna spoil the surprise. I'm gonna speak about a not so sexy subject in 2024, you know, because it's been put aside about the Metaverse, but we've been studying this for a long time, Andy and myself. I'm gonna go fast through the slides, because I know Hobinku doesn't like slides. He likes interaction. I was looking at the clock, it showed 1923. So, this doesn't have to do anything with the Metaverse, but it applies to everything. What we fail to understand sometimes is that people are not looking anymore for information from us, they're looking for our attention. And why the Metaverse became sexy and is going to become sexy again is because of this. Because it's bringing you to the active learning. This is what we remember, you know, 10% after we read something, 20% when we listen to something. I don't know, 50% when you see a movie on Netflix, but that's passive, okay? Active, it's here. That's why gamers remember a lot, because they participate in the games they play, okay? And I'm gonna get back to this a bit later on. Now, when you talk about the Metaverse, people say virtual reality, but it's not only virtual reality, it's a mix in between the two. Because nowadays, what people are trying to do is to never lose your attention once they grab it, okay? So if they grab your attention in the virtual space and you go back to the reality, they still want to have your attention on, so they bring augmented reality, okay? We're going to have those glasses where you see where you walk, but you also see everything else. And I was speaking about the companies that build the Metaverse, and this slide is from beginning of 2021, so it's been 3 years. And I was saying back then that I give a big chance to these guys over here, and to these guys over here. And 3 years later, it pretty much applies, and you're gonna see in the end why, okay? Now, we're talking about the Metaverse, and everybody says you need blockchain for the Metaverse, but that's not true. Because once you already have a community that's there, even if you have centralization, you don't wanna lose it, you can keep it, okay? And I'm just gonna give you about attention span. I'm just going to talk a bit about Roblox. I think Cornell knows about Roblox, and who has kids around 12, 13, 14. Get this, 70 million daily active users on Roblox. That's more than 200 million monthly. And why it's important? Because the games nowadays are free to play, but you can buy wearables to make you look different, because we want to be unique. It was a concert of Ariana Grande, and after that they sold in Roblox bags, virtual bags, $4,000, and they were sold out pretty quick. And it seems funny, but the kids from today are gonna be the future customers in 5-10 years, okay? And yeah, with the VR, people are working on everything they need to do in order to keep you there, and right now they're pretty expensive, but they're gonna get cheaper and cheaper. And also augmented reality, I like this one really a lot. Who likes football, I think knows what I mean. You go to a football stadium, you put on some glasses or you look through an app, and it shows you in real time the data for every player on the field. That's really cool, okay? So like when you boo somebody on the field, you do it for real because you have the stats, okay? But as I was speaking with Marius a couple of years ago, what I told you until now is not specific Metaverse. Us as gamers, we already had that, okay, just in different shapes and matters. But I think this is the most important thing. The way everything changed, okay? We had in the 90s static websites. It was like a brochure. You just go on, you read something, you print it, and so on. In the 2000s, we had the internet of people with the social media. Everybody was struggling to capture the attention on a social media platform. Nobody was asking for money, because once we got the attention, we don't need money anymore. People work for money but die for recognition, somebody used to say. And in 2010, the Internet of Things. And to speed up through it, it's just the internet speed that changes everything, okay? We needed a faster internet in order to have faster things. And now it's the Internet of Place. Especially since 2020, when we had the lockdown, and people started to use virtual spaces in order to connect with other people. And it suddenly became the Internet of Place.
Yep.
And we're talking about Web3 and everything else. So, funny thing is that it's not fast enough for what the Metaverse struggles to achieve. You need a really fast internet connection in order to do fast thing. And people are already working on 6G, which is 100 times faster than 5G. And it's gonna come to the public in 2030. It's a big war going on because there's a lot of money involved. But just try to understand what it means to have an internet 100 times faster than 5G. So, there's a guy called Nico Rosa. He works at Accenture. He wrote a book about the Metaverse. I like a lot his ideas. He's been in the industry for like 25 years. He's been a gamer. He understands everything. And listening to a lot of what he said, I got to understanding about a few properties that the Metaverse might have. And they are split in two. The first one is the form. What do you see? Okay? It's a physical place, and it's a virtual place, and it has depth. Because I think the main question people are asking is, what is the Metaverse? And it's just a new iteration of the internet. You don't have metaverses or multiverses, because you don't have internets. You only have one, okay? So what everybody does right now, like every company, because they understand that at a certain point everything will need to connect, everybody tries to build a big project, hoping that their project is gonna be the nucleus of the whole metaverse, okay? Because if they have a bigger part, they're gonna capture more of the attention of the people. That's the only thing. Right now, they are not connected in between them, and I'm gonna talk about this. And they need to be really creative, because this is what it's all about, you know, about creativity. And I just pinpoint a few things, okay? This is the biggest use, the way I see it. Nowadays, people want to brag with what they have, but they cannot carry it with them all over the place unless it's digital. That's why people buy a Lambo in a metaverse, a virtual, an NFT, because they can have them with them and they can show it. And if they make their wallet public, everybody can just see it all over the place. Because people work for money but die for recognition. Okay? And this is what they do. And yeah, it's also a physical place because it allows data to fall into the other place. And the special depth is what makes the difference, because the internet is 2D. And once you use something that is 2D, it only captures a bit of your attention. But if you use it 3D, it captures most of it. Am I being funny? So, we only had it until here with the internet, okay? And with the metaverse, it goes all the way down. How? I don't know yet for sure. Normally, if I get through these slides and I make it like conversational, I speak about 1 hour about these topics, at least. Now, I only have like 5 minutes left, so I'm just getting faster through them. But in order to have this, let's see if I can go back. In order to have this, you need to work your ass on, okay? And this is why people are inventing all sorts of things, and they're really cool. They are on the market, but they're really expensive. I like this one a lot. It's haptic without having anything on. It uses ultrasound. You just have a board, and it captures everything. And that's crazy, okay? And the treadmill, I know Disney built one, really cool, because you don't need to have any strap on you. You just walk and it moves while you walk. But I think you need to be strapped on if you're playing a multiplayer game or if you're playing a horror game, because otherwise you might just go all the way. But I think this is the next thing. When I discovered it 4 years ago, it was in the making, now it's already on. It costs 4K, the full suit. And I seen a demo on it. It has like, oh, my bad. All these points are haptic points all over your body without your lumbar part, so you don't break your back, okay? And without here where you have your lungs and your heart, like vital organs. And I saw it like it was on a stage, a guy having the suit on, and on the other side of the city, they put something like, I don't know, some boxing bag with the everything on it, like sensors and everything. And a football player, an American football player, just tackled the bag, and in like 1 second, and with 6G it's gonna be instantly, the guy wearing the suit in the other part of the town, he just fell down. The movie, it's online. It's crazy sick, because you can like dial it down or up, and if you have this on and you're playing a game and you feel everything, that changes things, okay? That will capture your attention. It will get addictive. Now, I'm not here to tell you that what is gonna happen is gonna be good or bad. I don't know. It's up to the people. Like, I grew up as a gamer, but I was playing like 3-4 hours a day tops. But I have friends that were playing 25 hours a day, if you know what I mean. Okay? Now, I showed you everything because it's all about the creativity. Everybody who's trying to build a corner of the metaverse is trying to be as creative as possible, because if they're not creative, you're not gonna go there. Who wants to go to a place where there's no creativity involved? So everybody's trying to find new ways. Everybody's trying to surf the waves of the trends, and sometimes they're stupid as hell, but hey, well, if a shitcoin makes 20x, let's make one as well. So that was the form, what you see, but the rest of them is the functions, what you can do. And it's about identity and community, and really, really fast, people are looking for a place where they can find themselves in an alternate identity, because there's a lot of people who are ashamed of the position they are in real life. there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of people that would have loved to come here, but they don't like to go outside, meet a lot of people because they have a lot of insecurities. But if, let's say, they could participate as an avatar in here, they would do so. We would have had thousands of people. I can put my hand on it because I grew up as a programmer. I finished computer engineering in Poly here in Bucharest. And the average programmer 20 years ago was not so outgoing, okay? They didn't like big parties, a lot of people. They just liked their space. But when they were online, playing WoW or Dota or other games, they were crazy. And yeah, you need to have an identity, but you can also, you also need to check it so you don't have bullying and other stuff. Community, I think here the simple example is this. We didn't start speaking on this stage until you guys came. Because if there's no people, why would you stay there? Doesn't matter how beautiful it is. You can have the biggest palace in the world. If you're alone in it, you're gonna get bored and you're gonna leave. And you would like to live in a smaller house with a few people around you because we are social beings. And this is what the Metaverse is trying to do. These three parts, I think they're not for us. We think they're for us, but it's for the big boys. Because this is why the big companies struggle to build this. It's for the money involved. Why trying to put billboards all over the city, all over the world, pay a lot of money, have a lot of logistics, if you can put a billboard in Roblox, because you know it's 70 million people a day logging in, and if you put it in the place where they spawn or they log in, everybody's gonna see it. And you can track being in a virtual place, who's watching it. They started to do so in the real world, like they put a camera on a billboard and they see how many people pass a day, who's watching it, and that billboard in the city is gonna cost more or less, not depending on the location, but depending on the conversion rate. But in here it's a lot simple. And yeah, the virtual values, it's given by the NFTs, and I'm not gonna go into NFTs, probably you know what they are, but it's gonna be really, really cool once people understand the true utility they have. Bless you. I think this should be the first one. People are actually looking for status. And with AR glasses, how cool would it be? Because you can see some items people have on them in the virtual world, and you take your glasses off, you don't see them, you put your glasses on, you see what they have. Okay. I think in this moment, 90% of the products are there just to force an utility, to be honest. It's like, I need this money, I need to get it from these people, that they like this product, let me create this product. And they're gonna go away. Because, and I'm gonna speed up to the last one. No, I'm just joking with this one. But that's how people see it, buy low, sell high, right? It's a new virtual economy that's being created that's already surpassed a couple of hundreds of billion in trades. And it's gonna go nuts once we're gonna have interoperability, okay? Portability or interoperability is gonna make everything different, because you play a game, you have a wearable which is not on the server anymore, it's an NFT, it's yours. If you don't like that game anymore, you can take it and you can move to another platform, moving from Decentraland to Sandbox to Meta to, I don't know, whatever. When you'll be able to do that, that will actually mean that you don't depend on a single project anymore. And in that moment, every company is gonna try to build everything strong, okay? And yeah, it's hard as fuck to get there. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Because every corner of the metaverse has their own physics, their own graphics, their own values. They're working on it, but I'm looking forward to see what it is. So I was telling you about this. You know, the metaverse stopped being sexy 1-2 years ago, but not because everybody stopped working on it. And this is my last two ideas, and I'm going to finish. But because people understand how big it is, what they want to achieve, and it's impossible with the resources we have right then. But when AI started to show up, they understood that it's faster to build something huge with the help of the AI. Because you don't need only the software, you need the hardware as well. The software, you need the trust with the blockchain and everything. And I don't know if you saw this guy and what they launched is the CEO of NVIDIA. This chip that they have right here, it's something around $30,000-$40,000. It has 200 billion transistors on it, and the speed it can achieve, it's outstanding, and they can just link it, but not serial, in parallel. So they can do multiple threads in the same time. And this is gonna bring AI to the next level, because ChatGPT 5 that's gonna show up is gonna be 100% stronger than 4. And it's gonna be easier to build the metaverse with the help of AI, because AI has no boundaries. We tend to think that everything we do is rational, but actually everything we do, it's emotional, because we're emotional beings, and after we do something, we just find a rational explanation of what we did. And the programmers are not, the exception. This is how it went up. Here it was sexy with the metaverse. Here it was really sexy. And now we went here with the power of hardware. And I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the years to come, especially with AI, especially with everything, because we have a lot of competition right now. Imagine that the guys who build this, they went away, some of them, and they built this too, over here. Competition is good, it's great actually. The competition is best for us as consumers. And this is my last idea. My speech was named the Unreal Real Metaverse. Unreal Engine that I was talking about, because I grew up with it. It started as a game, Unreal Tournament, which they built as a competition to Quake 3. And they built an engine different for it, and that engine became the core of every company that's building software. And this is how it looks like right now. Okay? This is how it looks right now. This is how it looks like right now. And right now everything is automatic. Like you just drag something and it generates naturally. You just put a start and an end, and it does everything by itself, the animations of the characters and everything. And once you have everything like this in place, and you have the hardware power that NVIDIA is building and Apple and everything, then the metaverse is going to start to become sexy again. So yeah, that was for me. Thank you guys.